Hello, collective, to a timeless reading of yours. You may be here because you caught a vibe and seeing whether or not anything within the storytelling time is yours. Please bear in mind a few details while we get ready for your reading. I am Master 7th, aka 7th, that reads these energies for you. Should you want to know who she is, what she has to offer, and all that jazz, her link can be found in the description box below. You'll also find other various links to how to navigate this channel and gain access to my sister channel. All of the content on all of my channels are timeless for your viewing pleasure. Remember, this is not a one-to-one reading, however, this is a general collective reading. Use your discernment to take all of that which belongs to you and leave the rest behind. Alright, there's a shift. There's a shift. There's a very definitive shift. It's very, very dense. Okay, 10 of Pentacles, maybe having to do with the shift. What is the shift? The shift has many labels, and not one cookie cutter way for it to show up the same way for everyone. It's an awkward environment. It's not quite really the feeling of home, yet it is, how can I explain this? It's like leaning into curiosity and knowing that this curiosity could like move you out of dodge. 244. Alright. Magician. Wow. Okay, so that's that atmospheric shift. Okay. It's gonna show up materialistically. That pebble could be moving. Okay. And you could be wondering, excuse me, how the hell did that happen? That kind of energy. Okay. This will definitely show itself. If it wants to make itself known in your own bubble of a universe, it will. Okay, there's no going away from that knowledge. All right, yeah, there's no going away from that knowledge here, Queen of Swords. You're going to be looking at the horizon of what is yet to come with a new sense of attitude. It's very analytical, yet mysterious, a little bit. Its dialogue as to why it is what it is mysterious. That's unique to you. Yet, I don't know how to explain this. This is... This is more like a newfound attitude to maybe you having to reclaim some narrative of your inner child, and he, she, they are here. And you're like, oh, okay, I gotta entertain her because she is running amok around here. All right, non-gender specific energy. This is very mature, wise, and childlike. Pure in its making. Yet don't get experience twisted with how pure this individual became through not an easy life. Okay, Nothing about this shit is easy. Yep. This feeling of fight is going to show up in moments when you need to take flight, because that's where your inner energies that need to be disciplined are going to show up, needing to repeat former patterns where you have wisened up already. So you're gonna stay dodging those situations, those minuscule obstacles. You're gonna dodge them, and while you're dodging them, it is a form of fight. It's very interesting. Someone may have, like, in your death experience or a traumatic situation that really puts them in this bubble. And I feel like the majority of you got birthed into it. Like, you're like, whoa, what am I in? And to question, one doesn't have enough energy to question. They're just living their existence, and thus answering the questions that they're refusing to ask because they just don't have the energy or the patience to deal with the onslaught of potential sadness that comes with having to listen out to hearing themselves state the question, and then also then having patience for an answer to come. So someone highly intellectual is like, nope, heard, move forward. Move forward. All right, Ace of Cups with the 7, 11, 10 of Wands energy. Whew. There's an elder amongst someone's webbing that could share motivating truths. Okay, anyway, we have the 5 of Swords, so let's get more of that. But yeah, that's you're dodging, okay? You're dodging this energy. You're looking in the past of, like, by becoming aware. Yeah, you're looking in the past while becoming aware of your centered moment, and that centered moment is focused on a trajectory moving forward, however it is, because can is a relative form for something that you really don't. It's a relative term for something that you don't really choose to consciously make decisions towards. And, like, a majority of individuals don't want to consciously choose decisions that would be roadblocks to what it is that they want. No, they want to do other things, so to clear the roadblocks, more or less, right? So anyway, so we have the 5 of Wands with the King of Pentacles and the Star card. Yeah, so this individual, which is you, all right, is contingent on taking your intellect and learning that your intellect has a coding within itself that has the ability to teach you a refined flow using emotional intelligence to kind of set the path. Whether you understand every methodological, sorry, I don't know how to say the word, moving forward isn't necessarily so much the concern, more or less the movement and the flow to move forward. Okay, like moving forward with the feet here, moving forward. And I also then see this individual's stance being more grounded in the fact that if they're going to take a look back and reflect upon something, that they're going to be grounded in the know-how, the deliverance, and the disconnection. Yeah, this is good, because then you'll understand more or less when to change your shoes. These shoes colors are more like the same. You're changing your shoes, and you're protecting your assets. You're protecting your footwork. Okay, and you are learning how to not more or less mock somebody and copy them, but be your own version of authenticity, because you're answering to this atmospheric change that announced itself in the beginning, that is more or less being pushed with you being the star. Someone may catch themselves daydreaming a lot. If you daydream, then you may need to take some focused measurements to shut down your day as you go to sleep. You have the Eight of Cups with Page of Swords and the Strength card. So I'm getting also this huge rush of like nauseating feeling, because that's when you take the beginning message of the atmospheric change and then the body catches up in what you became aware of more or less with your third eye. Okay, in other words, perhaps your intuition, and having accepted something consciously and subconsciously are always that the body is made example of. So whether your body is in the moment of now, in a past, present, or future state, is as non-binary of a concern of wanting to understand what you can compute in a non-binary world, binary factors, which are then more or less having to do with the threefold magic of what it means to be a Homo sapien of a species. You have a gut instinct, you have the emotional heart chakra, and then you have the intellect of the mind. So those three vortexes, more or less being the triangular aspects of the you being the magician, you know, and understanding materialism and making materialism be the feat that you show up to, and how you show up to it, and how legendary it becomes, how influential it is, how meaningful it is for the inner dialogue and the outer external voices and judgments and prejudices that society has to offer, and more or less the body making sense of it on its own in the way that you, the individual, are going to allow the body to consciously teach you what it's going through. Because through meditation, more or less, you kind of get to dance with the ecosystem of who you are, right? And you get to transcribe either a vibration with it, or you flow with the vibration it has to offer. Either way, meditation is something that can get the person's thought going into understanding ownership of the mental, and where the ownership of the mental isn't about controlling the mind, but more so allowing it to flow in the way that it's going to give you the least resistance, at the same time knowing when an external existence is in your atmosphere, that it's not always meant to give you or induce fear, yet more so an entire bubble of oracle message of, hey, there's an opportunity for you more or less to like timeline jump here. Do you feel it? How would you like to proceed? You know, so it can start off really small and then become really macro, because You're webbing. You're like the spider in the center, and you're the engineer of this beautiful webbing. And the moment there's impact, even a swift little wind or a little bug, the designer of that silk webbing knows exactly what the fuck is up. It's a fragile world to accept the beautiful world of the talent of a spider and then question why a human finds that spider to be either swinging in the pendulum of goodness or swimming in the pendulum of badness. It's very interesting that that becomes problematic rather than just the existence of everything being observable. It's more or less showing that humans are the ones that can cause the chaos because of thought. All right. I'm being told to leave the messages where they are. I'm wishing you a wonderful morning, noon, or night, wherever you are in the ether of this time and space. And may you keep flowing, growing, and glowing.